Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Protecting Black women or Black beauty defense. We have had two very visible examples this week of Black men protecting Black women, speaking up on behalf of Black women, creating or expanding the narrative about how Black women can and should be protected if we see it that way. So I'm going to put a positive spin on this week's activities. I hope that you can be open-minded to hear this way of looking at the experiences that we've had this week. So first, we had Will Smith at the Oscars. We all know that Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia. She's been on the record about that. She's talked about that. She wears her hair short. Sometimes she has extensions of long hair. However, she puts that together. And so Chris Rock at the Oscars was making a joke. He went a little too far, and Will Smith did a smackdown. Now, we don't condone violence here. I do not condone violence, but Will Smith did take a stand to let him know that he had crossed a boundary. Alopecia is a health issue. Jada Pinkett Smith deserves to be beautiful in the person that she is. She happens to be a Black woman. She's dealing with her alopecia very well. She wears her short hair very beautifully, and she's still very feminine. She's very much a woman. She very much represents the community of Black women in certain parts and pieces. And she's worth protecting. She's worth value. She's valuable as a Black woman, just as she is with whatever she's dealing with. And our health issues are off limits for comedic relief. And I really did like that. I also like the fact that both of these men apologized. Will Smith apologized for the violence. Chris Rock apologized for crossing a boundary of friendship, crossing a boundary of health issues. And I respect that. And hopefully this whole issue will be squashed at that. I do not think that their actions put Black people back at all. I do think that it gave us an opportunity to explore and expand the conversation of how Black men can be partnered with Black women in protecting their reputation, in protecting their health, and in setting a new conversation of what value looks like. That Black women are valued, that they are valuable and worth protecting. On the flip side, you had Cory Booker, who took an inspirational stance for Ketanji Brown Jackson, who has been sitting before the Senate hearings this week, last week, answering questions that really fell beneath her um, professional status, that diminished who she was or could have diminished the hard work that she's put in. And his words were joyful, they were spiritual, they were uplifting. He talked about how her struggle, her sacrifice, her promotion, her sitting in that seat going through this process was an inspiration to him, his niece who sat behind her, his family lineage, his grandmother and his mother, and the hard work that Black women have put in this country and into their children, their families, their relationships. And I thought it was so inspirational because Black women should be protected and boundaries should be set. You cannot diminish us because of our health challenges. You cannot diminish us because of the sacrifices and hard work that we have put in to achieve whatever we are achieving. Coming from the descendants of slavery, it is an amazement that we have achieved anything. So we need to find ways of supporting each other, uplifting each other, and being positive towards each other. We are all family. We all need each other, and we all need to be uplifted. Now, the way we do that uplifting can be positive and without violence. the way we protect, the way we change the narrative, the way we go about respecting each other can always be without violence. But this week, we had two mainstream examples of how Black women or the Black beauty defense should change the narrative of the way we see Black women, the way we appreciate Black women, and the way we support each other as Black men and women in this community, in the United States, around the world. So kudos to the examples. Violence is never the answer. Uplifting each other is. Speaking well of each other is. Remembering the accomplishments and the shoulders that we have crossed over on is always appropriate. So in all these cases, apologies have been issued. In the case of Will Smith and Chris Rock, which is very honorable, they accepted responsibility. And I think that that's always honorable. And also with Cory Booker, very inspirational to see our Black men standing up for their sisters. Keep up the good work.